Sure. Grizak is snoring logs beside you.
All right, he puts it in Grizak's shoe.
You find a bunch.
All right, Grizak, give me a perception check as you're putting on your wooden clogs or whatever the fuck.
He doesn't have shoes. Grizak barefoot, man. Grizak barefoot.
All right, well, give me a perception check as you put it near your foot.
It's in my underwear or something.
I would have got that close to Grizak.
Yeah, if I gotta go near Grizak's underwear, it's not happening.
Hello. 41.
Yeah, you saw a little sharp thing. There was like somebody tried to put metal near your.
We've got the musical poison arrow head going around.
Again. Not again.
You pick it up. It's this little tiny pixie arrowhead.
Hey, you guys, you dropped one of your arrows. I'll just leave right here for you.
Okay.
All right.
Cool. All right. That was their attempted revenge. Are you all traveling together to Crater Lake?
Grizak casts.
Are we at Windwalk?
Are we at Windwalk time?
We are not at Windwalk.
Oh, Windwalk time's a good time.
Phantom Steed Communal a bunch of times. Or twice or 3 times.
That's cool.
Waterwalk. That will.
Are you making a seed for the pony too?
Yeah, well, you can keep them if you want. It's your
So,
business.
Are you phantom steeding for your group, basically?
Both groups. Sorcerer.
How long does this last?
2 hours each cast. About 2 hours each casting.
Let me just check, because a lot of the communal ones divide the duration.
It is, and I have 11 hours. So it's about 2 hours. It's
Okay.
not exactly.
Yeah, there are 7 people on one side and 7 people on the other.
Yeah, so he'll do 3 castings. And that'll he'll fly, and then
But you won't be if you split up.
Only to Crater Lake do we're traveling communally to Crater Lake.
we're traveling communal, and then he'll cast it again, and people can.
Got it.
fuck off
What
without-
is the speed of the?
I think it's 60 feet. Let me just check here. 20 feet per. Whoa. Van Speed has a speed of 20 feet per 2 caster levels. So 100.
Okay, these are 60-mile hexes. You effectively need to travel 30 miles, which would take you 2 days in the forest.
Now they don't. Hold on. They don't get caught up in. Let me just read it here. They have. So the mount can ride over sandy, muddy, or swamp ground without any difficulty or decrease in speed. They have water walk at will.
Okay.
Are they at Airwalk yet, or
No, that's next level.
Okay, so there's still there are still trees and terrain that you need to go around.
Yeah.
But basically, a 30 miles in the forest would have taken you 2 days at walking at 30. However, you're moving at 100, so this takes you a third of a day. Within a few hours after reaching Undertree, you are collectively in force at Crater Lake.
Oh god, man, what the fuck? We're everywhere, man.
Yeah, they got more of them, man. They're multiplying. Holy shit, man. We're fucked. All right, I'm gonna copy paste, and I'm gonna change the map. Are you staying at Crater Lake to fuck around, or are you immediately splitting up and going your own
I
direction?
think we should split up and.
Okay, so then I'm not gonna change maps then.
I'll do ascending with you. Marty, could Arlen have set up a couple of fights beforehand, or that have taken you'll do it in a day or something? Never mind. Afterwards.
Okay. No, you didn't set up any fights yet. So.
Okay.
The remainder of the casting of the Phantom Steed basically has the groups at the edge of each of these hexes. They're a little bit behind, but they've split up and they said goodbye.
Grizak would recast it before they spread.
Okay. So they're traveling at 3 times speed, so another third of the day. they get kind of into the middle of this hex, both of you, by the time the spells run out. So that's a day of travel plus a day of teleporting to here. So you've got 3 days left in your block. You'll probably reach the crypts by the time that adventuring is over. Which party do you want to do first? I think we should do the Crypt of Duke Haramil first.
I agree. Yes.
I was going to say Medusa because they get there first.
I have to put Oracle into my Renee, and
Let's do the Haramil first.
Sure.
I have to rename my Oracle.
Yeah, we'll do Haramil then. Yeah.
It was a little bit different to do some skill points.
One talent.
A little bit.
Although getting abundant ammunition and a few
Yeah,
other juicy spells are.
You will like abundant ammunition.
So, actually, you're a caster. Arlen, not caster, sorry, you're an archer. Arlen sees it. He's like, I think we have a couple of things for you. And he's giving you a bunch of arrows.
I would like arrows because all I have are the hunting arrows called blunt arrows meant for capturing humans, and and pointy arrows of make it dead.
Okay, I'm putting it on Renee's sheet. Where is Renee?
Under the
Vita. Renee. Okay, I'm putting this under your consumables. Where are your arrows? 200 arrows, consumables. Here you go. Now this is. Give me a sec. I'm updating. There's 2 of each. There. Got that. 2 fiery, 2 frost, 2 shock, 2 acid, 2 sleep, 2 gerbil. 2. Oh, you don't need the bolts, do you?
gerbil arrows.
Durable, sorry, durable.
I heard gerbil too.
Yeah, so did I.
I said
like
gerbil. I said-
Cover your asses, they have gerbil arrows! Funny.
Let me winks, let me winks.
Let me wing.
There you go. And Kate just wanted to ask Arlen for basically gear because he doesn't have any.
Oh, I have to make the map player visible. Okay, it is a slightly windy day, and you trek around this area for a while. You're having a hard time finding the crypt of Duke Haramil. I will just zoom in onto the group for a moment. How are you going to the point on the map? The map isn't. Actually, give me a knowledge geography or a survival or to see how well you're navigating.
Okay.
And then which group has a map? Do both groups have
We
maps?
would have copied them. I think we wouldn't have left. Arlen wouldn't have left without a map.
That's fine.
So it's this group. I think Widget is the navigator.
Okay. Is Widget's using the map to navigate? Are you using anything else to help navigate?
Compass. Well, we'll see if the compass is. Does the compass flip over?
How often are you using the compass in your several-day travels?
Once an hour.
Okay. At a certain point, the compass does flip to a different direction.
Oh, I knew it.
Where the fuck you?
I told you.
It was about halfway between Crater Lake and the Crypt of Duke Haramil.
It just points to the closest one.
You follow the compass, and it leads you to an Imperial camp that looks abandoned. And you see there are corpses that have flies and birds pecking at them.
Well,
Okay, Cade.
maybe the Duke isn't in such a rush.
Cade pulls out one of his.
Looks like there was a
weapons.
camp of maybe about 40 men, horses. It looks like there was some sort of skirmish. And there are a couple of tents that have burned down. Looks like some of the horses escaped. And there are a lot of bodies.
Well, this doesn't bode well, does it?
Yeah, this is a pile of shit.
That's some shit. Well,
This is Arlen.
yes.
You might want to get on Ug's back
Just
or
cast-
fly around or.
Just cast fly.
Okay.
Hold here. Wait here, chair.
You abandoned the chair at the edge of the camp. What killed them?
Arlen will go take a look.
Okay.
He'll check.
There's a young soldier, probably his mid-20s. He's got a rifle still in his hands, or a musket still in his hands.
Cade picks it up.
Okay.
Useful. 27. He'll check.
This man tried to run away from something, but his strength gave out, and the weight of his own chain armor had him sink into the mud a little bit. He is very pale, and with a 27, I'm going to send you a note.
Any the innovate or
So do you remember when you had this big Goliath punchy guy, and you never really gave him an amulet of mighty fists, and
we have a. This is daylight right now.
Your fish
Yep.
should still be magic.
There are some ghosts around here. His strength is drained. His spirit is undead. We've got ghosts in the area. Be on your wits.
Okay, yes, my unarmed strikes are.
1, 2, 3. You get to the count of 36.
Don't get me wrong, you should still have an amulet.
Arlen is flying a little bit higher.
There are 36 men and 8 horses that have all died this way.
Fuck. We've got to get out of here.
What is it?
Ghosts, all of them. Here.
What kind of ghosts?
Shadows.
Like the boo spooky scary ghosts, or like
Shadows.
the shadows? Like, well, we're trying to find the shadow plane, so yeah. Shadows.
Is there any difficult terrain here at all?
They camped in a generally defensive area against corporeal creatures. It's kind of like a flat hilltop with a lot of brush around it.
Okay.
But it looks like whatever it was came into their camp, and there was just a general chaos. General chaos reporting for duty, sir!
Sorry.
I don't know why the general's saluting, but maybe it's a.
So, Widget is going to cast Insect Scouts
Okay.
Good call.
because I want more information. He's also going to cast a Mage Armor.
Yeah, Arlen starts doing the mage armor and all the.
Shadow Compass is pointing towards down out of the camp and towards like some rocky, hilly terrain.
Okay.
Forgot to buy my wands. Oh well.
Flapping of a tent that isn't fully
Okay.
roped down.
2 scouts are spend 1d6 hours investigating. They then will come back.
Where are you sending them?
I will send. Well, it seems like we're investigating the camp. We're right at the camp, right?
Yep.
And do we see the tomb from here? Like the
No.
entrance to it?
No.
Okay. One will follow the trail, and the other will investigate the camp.
Okay. Yeah, they've been here for a while, so there are some like cart trails and things you could send them down. Give me a D3. 1 means you accidentally sent the insect towards where the crypt is. Otherwise, it's just going down a trail.
3.
And then the other one is having a look around the camp.
Yep.
When does it stop and come back?
They come back in 3 hours.
And just sort of show you what...
It comes back and gives me... Okay, here.
Insect scouts.
Yeah, they use your saving throw bonus to have a total perception equal to 5 plus half your caster level. Can't attack. Incredibly small size. They get stealth checks all over the damn place. They can pass along memories of structural flaws, defenses, alarms. They give you a reroll of a skill check when you're in the area. In addition, you get a layout of what you're working with.
Okay.
You
notice
don't know anything about creatures.
You notice that Widget conjures what look like 2 shadowy grasshoppers, and kind of sends them off, and one goes off in one way, and the other one goes off in another way. It's the really creepy looking spell.
Mm-hmm.
I can provide you some protections from them, but need to be closer.
They're good at hiding, aren't they? Wow.
Mm-hmm. Ding, 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 ding.
Okay, what are you guys doing while at camp? I heard some spells, some short-term and medium-term or long-term spells being cast. Mage Armor's hours. Whereas the fly, after a few minutes of poking around the camp, the fly wears off.
If you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, I'll strap you in.
I'm starting to run out of fuel.
Yep, he straps you into his back.
Thank you.
So,
are you facing over his shoulder or backwards?
Over his shoulder.
Okay.
you know what? I bet Arlen armor is really good against shadows.
Yep.
You just cover yourself in Arlen's.
Pretty good.
Okay, are you standing around waiting for these insects to come back? Or are you trying to loot the camp? It looks like whatever attacked this place left guns and ammunition and...
Cade's picking up ammunition and...
You know that, like, your hand gets cut off if you're seen holding those things, right?
He looks at you like, oh, sorry.
Okay, well you find...
Because you don't have...
6 kegs of gunpowder.
You just roll that right into the tomb and set it off.
Well, that can definitely be used.
1,000 bullets and we'll say 6 pistols and 30 muskets.
Army boy, is there any sort of procedure that you should be following here? Picking up, nameplates, tokens.
Harlan's detecting magic.
You see these stripes? That says lieutenant. That's for privates to do. I'll let them know.
It's an interesting thing. What is recoverable from an Imperial soldier? Is it a dog tag? Is it a what does the Imperium have? I'm asking you guys to come up with it.
I would say probably a dog tag type thing.
It's the dog tag. Is it an earlobe that's been tattooed?
Probably not.
Interesting. Tattoo behind the ear. Yep, he's a soldier. Well, it's something that...
Yeah, but you'd have to be able to take it off and bring it somewhere.
Like an earlobe.
Except that's disgusting.
And it could rot, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. We'll say that the Imperium has tags. They can be worn as medals. We'll say that they're like 2 tags that you wear like a medal, and you rip them off.
There's some barbarian in the north covered in medals. He wears the flag.
He's got scale mail just made of,
dog tags.
Yeah, nobody's coming. They would have picked up if an Imperial unit came by this scene. They would have picked up the guns and the tags.
So I'm pretty certain there'd be some sort of, reward for returning gear or something. Although,
It might be for the muskets.
Powder got wet. Nothing we could do about it.
Let's see if we survive the tomb first, and we'll worry about.
Okay. While wandering around the tent area, and you know your little shadow grasshoppers looking around, but you do see a tent that you suspect is the commanding officer's tent.
Marty,
Yep.
Arlen is walking around with the detects magic.
Yep. None of the muskets are detecting magic. You get to the officer's tent. Yep, the officer's dead. He has a very nice rapier on him, however.
Where's the
magic?
where's the tent?
Oh, I'm just describing what's going on.
Oh, sorry. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought we were on the map. Like,
No.
Okay.
Does a quick detect magic to see if there's any magic.
Yeah,
on it, or-
both you and Arlen see that the officer, he might have been a minor noble. He was a what is one step higher than lieutenant?
Sergeant? No.
British
Lieutenant Major?
British Army ranks. Would be a captain. 2 ranks higher would be major. You find there's a major. It looked like he fought a bunch of things. His sword is still in his hand, but he's kind of like fallen back over his over a desk, and looked like he died kind of over a desk. His rapier still in hand. You notice that there's a pistol on the ground. There is a magic pistol and a magic rapier in the tent,
Okay.
as well as an Imperial officer's uniform and badges.
Okay. Yeah, we'll throw the pistol and rapier goes in the loot pile.
Okay.
Is there any? Cade's looking for maps or orders.
All right, Cade's looking around. Give me a perception check.
Okay.
First off, you speak Imperial. In common.
Common. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I have stone cutting as well. Just letting you know.
No, this is like a tent. And
I have
furniture.
tent cutting. Ooh, 31.
All right, so you find some documents. You do see some shorthand for orders. You do find a local map, like not a map.
Yeah, it's like a small map.
A localized map, and you see that the Duke, the tomb, the crypt of Duke Haramil is on the map.
Is it just does it show just the one entrance to the tomb?
It does show a note that there are stone doors and a single entrance to the tomb.
All right.
It's about a mile away from the camp.
Does he have a journal at all?
Yeah, the major has a journal.
Damien reads the last few entries.
Okay, looks like he was in the middle of an entry.
Did he write out,
No, he does. You flip through the last few entries. He was worried about agents of Shadow. Like the ones we fought during the incident. Fetchlings. He, the last orders it looks like that he made, were sending out a patrol to see what happened to the last patrol that was to stand guard at the tomb. This was probably 5 or 6 days ago. And they had been guarding the tomb since the incident with the Duke. So something recent has happened.
Alan needs to take a piss. Excuse me, Aug.
That's okay. We'll just twist you that way.
Too late, Doug.
Why can I still hear you if you're going to the bathroom?
Because Ugg can't.
This has to go with the pants
can't
rule.
unhear.
It looks like he sent out the patrol to go see what happened to the patrol. He sent one of his lieutenants, which could have been you, is the thought that came out of your mind, like if you were positioned here and had an order like that. If you flip back a little bit further, they thought some of the soldiers have reported that they thought they saw something moving around or heard something moving around in the tomb, and they had general orders to not go in from the Duke. Anyone who wasn't an officer or anyone who tried to get into the tomb or anyone seen in the vicinity was to be arrested on the spot. But they were concerned about very stealthy foes getting in.
All right. He's kind of flipping back to see if he was here at the same time the Duke was exploring the tomb.
Yes.
And what does he have to say about that particular day?
He says that particular day, something about he was organizing and setting up the camp while the Duke rushed ahead with Duncan to go after to go to this tomb. Apparently, the major wasn't the major was in camp when the incident with the Duke happened.
Okay. Alrighty.
And Duncan, as well as a Duke during a Duke while in pain, still was able to bark out orders to keep everyone out. You do see that some of his soldiers called that there was something skulking around since that time, and they called it the Phantom. And there's a couple of descriptions from different reports that are kind of jammed into the logbook, and it says likely a fetchling, weird head wrappings, weird head and body wrappings, and a unnatural gait. Living.
Okay.
But there's something that's that's stymied their patrols for a while.
All right.
Looks like at one point they might have shot it and tried to track it. But...
Okay. For this particular officer, he will take the dog tag.
Okay.
And he's going to take the journal.
All right. Well, he at this point deserves a name, even though it's
Davenport.
All right.
Major Davenport.
Major Davenport. Write it down. Major Davenport's journal and Major Davenport's tags.
I'm putting them on Damien's sheet.
He served the Duke and the Imperium for approximately 10 years.
What the hell is wrong with my keyboard?
Don't know. You now have a clear path to the crypt if you wanted to go there.
Time of day is it?
You guys arrived middle of the day. It's like 2-3 in the afternoon by this point.
Alright.
You like them bright lights.
Shall we do an initial foray into the tomb, or would you prefer to set up camp first?
Let's go in now and see what we have to deal with.
What do these shadows do? These ghost things?
They drain your life, and if you die from them, you become one.
Well, that's cheery.
Your spells can stop it, right?
Well, I can harm them quite well, but if there's 30 of them, who knows how many they ought to start off with.
Wait, what do you mean there's 30 of them? How do you know there's 30 of them?
There's give or take 30 bodies lying around here.
Correct.
So that means there's give or take 30 plus at least one.
Correct.
Oh, merde.
I think we should make our camp far away from here. And only be around here during the daylight. And even at night, we should be well prepared for some, well, guests.
Yes.
We could use them barrels. We could use those barrels to trap them. Not trap them. I mean, blow them up.
Nah, would work.
You can't blow up a shadow.
Actually, a fireball would do quite.
Can you punch a shadow?
Can someone roll for me, please? Arlen has to tell you. He has to know. I think it's religion +8.
8?
16.
Yeah, well.
Come on, he's a source of religious might.
You know they're undead, you know they're incorporeal.
Damien, I'll just take 10 and get a 20.
You know that they drain your strength and are spawners. There's nothing that Damien knows that they are frightened by daylight.
I'm thinking more like you need magic weapons to hurt them.
Oh yeah, incorporeal means you know that you need magic weapons to harm them.
Yeah. You require magic to harm them.
Oh, so like the Banshee.
Yes, very similar to the Banshee. Yes.
Do we have any of the Banshee fighting stuff with us?
Do we need to plug our ears?
No, they won't scream at you. They touch you.
You know what? You could actually plug your ears and still punch a guy.
Yep.
Some guys have all the luck.
His little fist comes out like this.
That's really useful. Good for you.
How did I end up in the group without girls? You just realize all these awful people around him.
You know how it's like in the bush, right? The one with the prettiest mouth.
Arlen's like, I bite.
Not it. Says Edward. There, you're it. He says it, Damien.
Cade's the new one.
Horrible D&D locker room humor. These characters are bad. Okay, you're making your way down the path. You're not waiting the hours for the insects to return.
They'll catch up to me.
Okay. You head down the path, and you're like, oh, that's what happened to the patrol. You could see a couple of Imperial foot soldiers just sort of lying there, and one of them dropped their gun. The other one looked like it was pointing his gun up. There's a crow picking at the skull of one of them. It flies off when you guys disturb it.
You know, these fuckers didn't have a chance, right? They run around with, non-magical gear. The Empire spends a whole bunch of money on powder weapons. They don't magic anything.
Yes, well, they're not terribly concerned with conquering ghosts.
Damien, do you have knowledge, like any sort of profession soldier, or...
Yes, I do have a rank or two in profession soldier.
Give me a roll.
I think Damien is more of a soldiery guy than Arlen is a religious leader.
And you can add 2 because you're actually a lieutenant and recently a soldier.
Alright, give me a second here, sir. This is something I don't use too often. Add 2? Okay.
Mhm.
So. 6. 14.
There are degrees of escalation. This would be a flashpoint during a major conflict where the Imperium would escalate their response. The next group of soldiers would have magic guns.
Yeah.
If they understood the threat. Like
Yeah.
this is a... the lives of the soldiers were actually more expendable than the magic guns, but they do have them.
Yeah.
And there are entire legions out there that are probably fighting horrible wars that you don't want to think about.
So
These soldiers were probably raised from the local duchies and protectorates, and therefore didn't have or weren't trusted with the big boy guns. But they're out there. They're out there at a grand scale.
Yeah. Well, no one doesn't need to know that.
The Imperium also, yeah. So you with a 14, you're like, oh, they'll just escalate.
Yeah. So, yeah, they'll go to the next step for what they need to win.
Right. And then you have this vague idea that there is a point of escalation where the Emperor and his court step in, and that's when the solution can't be solved with guns and requires very destructive magic.
that's when you have an Uker or a Altagar or somebody else fucking your shit.
That's when they call the river.
That's when they make lakes boil, rivers run red with blood, and the sky rain down with fire.
I am going to drop a mountain on your city.
Yeah, +1 gun is going to help with 30 shadows.
No. Hang on, I've got to reload.
Just imagine being the soldiers and trying to fight the shadows with your weapons that are useless.
Yep.
They just
No, the place was a place of horror 5 days ago, and you're stumbling across it and kind of kicking at the corpses, collecting guns. How many guns are you actually carrying, and how many barrels of
I don't think we're going to carry
powder?
the guns. We're just going to throw them in a tent and...
Okay.
Yep.
And are you taking any of the
Okay.
powder?
Cade's not even taking a gun, so he's not gonna use it.
Okay, well, there's 2 more guns and probably a powder horn between the 2 of them. 2 corpses lying outside the tomb.
We might collect these up to bring back to the
Later we will get them, not now.
or later. Yeah, I guess it's the initial for you. Are we bringing a keg of powder just to see what the make something go boom?
No. Do you have any idea what that would do inside of a cave?
You go boom.
Might be kind of fun.
We're supposed to go in there. I don't want that ceiling coming down on us.
Okay. Are you approaching the entrance?
Yep. I'll be going with his detect magic.
Okay. At this point, with your detect magic, I guess you'd have to be sort of in front. Otherwise, you're getting Ugg.
And Ugg is magic.
Damien's casting dancing lights.
60 feet. Okay, Arlen does detect magic. There is a faint necromancy. You pause for a moment as you make the group stop. Feel free to rearrange yourselves if you're not in the right position.
Oh no, that's good.
And Arlen sees a strange broken funerary pot that is smashed right about here. I'll draw a little circle. And it is radiating faint necromancy and abjuration. It's like somebody smashed it on the ground or dropped it. Looks really out of place.
This is right here.
Yep. One of the soldiers in his death is still kind of like lying there, and the gun is pointed in the general direction of the pot.
There's some necromancy coming out of that widget. Looks like
Yeah,
something
looks like
came out of
something-
that job.
yeah, maybe there was a ghost in that bottle.
Right.
I do not like this place, says Edward.
Nor do I.
Nothing like here. Yeah, this place This
it's still-
reminds me of Stonehall. I
It's
died
still
at
daylight.
Stonehall. I don't want to die here.
Nobody would.
Okay. Perception checks.
Okay.
30 for Damien.
From Sam.
Okay. Damien and Sam both heard a strange kind of scuttling coming in, like echoing just inside the entranceway. It sounds like there's a hollow space and something with a lot of feet, kind of like.
Oh, fuck. Sword comes out.
Sam gets into his.
kind of into his battle mode.
Yeah.
Arlen's still detecting magic.
Cade's going to step out this way.
So Sam takes a step forward and gets into his mode. Damien took out his.
I can't do it. I can't do that.
Damien took out his
Cade's-
sword and got into his mode.
Okay.
So Arlen's casting protection from evil communal.
Okay, with the casting the spell, the scuttling stopped for a moment, but then it starts to get louder as something is coming out. At the same time, you notice that in these bushes, you could see that while you thought they were the shadows of the trees, there are now flitting between the shadows of the trees in the dying light of the afternoon, are shadowy creatures.
Afternoon. I thought it was noon. What the fuck happened?
Afternoon.
And I think
Well, it is only exactly noon for one infinitesimally small moment.
and I think
Around
we
that time of
I think
recording,
we
it was
need to roll initiative as there are things that are reacting to you spell casting. And let's use the initiative sheet for this because there's enough nonsense going on.
All right, I will roll, and if you can put, because then I have to pee, because it's going to be bad. Yeah, it'll be a mess.
I will need a mop. Cade,
So,
Arlen.
18 widget, 11 Sam.
So Cade is 16. Arlen is 18. 16. Cade has drank his potion. Mutagen.
I don't know. He went into his stance and
No, he didn't get into a stance. Cade didn't. He didn't get into a stance. He didn't do anything. Cade, 18. Oh no, Arlen is 18. Fuck is Arlen? 18. 16. 6 plus 2. Yeah, that's right. Okay, what did someone had an 11 and somebody had a Widget had an 18 and Sam had an 11. Got it. Widget. Where's Widget? 18. There we go.
Hey, Ahmed.
Yeah.
Are there any styles that let you get through ghosts?
You mean
I think there's an
damage?
There's archetypes like ghost-faced puncher or some nonsense.
An archetype or so in terms of like their mischance? Is that what you're talking about?
No, there's no mischance. How long have you been playing Pathfinder, sir?
No, shadows. You get through to what? You mean their magic?
Hitting corporeal. Something
Oh,
could be called like
50%.
forceful fist or some nonsense like that.
Oh,
I don't know of any.
so archetypes I don't know. No feats that I know of help you. Marty, would these things be considered aberrations?
all right, Sam, what did you roll?
Sam rolled 11.
Did somebody put that in for Sam, or did nobody
I did.
listen? Okay, great. Widget,
Rolled an 18.
got it. Damien,
Rolled a 7.
and that's in there. Great. Edward,
I'll roll for him.
awesome.
Marty, are these guys considered aberrations?
16 for Edward.
You don't know.
Oh, yeah. Let,
Arlen is in there.
We'll see how it goes. Yeah, Arlen, my guys are in there.
Ugg, who's rolling for Ugg? Sounds like Mark's got Edward. Someone else needs to get Ugg.
Okay, I'll get Doug.
Okay. I don't want to do the guy who's carrying me around because it's weird.
I
Who's
get
left?
11.
Cool. So there's scuttling coming from inside that's echoing a little bit. And then you can see at least 6 shadowy things hiding in the shadows of the trees.
Fireball formation?
You got your first round, luckily.
Hmm?
Yeah, put your protections from evil.
Oh, did everybody get around to like cast or do a thing?
Yeah.
Okay. A shield spell's gonna go up, but he doesn't want to be touched. No touching.
Having a hard time sorting here. There we go. Sort descending. All right, Cade, you're the first to act. What are you doing, Cade?
Cade is going to. Let's see. How far away are they? They are 40.
There's kind of like a
Are these
rocky.
things
There's a rocky
flying?
hill that goes down.
Do these things fly?
Are these things flying, or are they just sitting there, or like on
They-
the ground, or are they in the trees?
They're flitting
Like,
between the shadows of the trees. It looks like they're sort of flying.
Hmm.
Well, this sucks.
He's going to. There's still sunlight over here, correct?
Yep.
Okay. He's gonna come over to. He's gonna come over here defensively.
Okay, so you're in a tree. There's a tree right there.
Hmm. Okay. So I can't reach him because of the tree. Okay, can I just go around this way? Fuck. Yeah, I'll step over this guy's corpse.
Okay. Yeah, you could reach out and touch that thing. I
I'll
don't
just
know how
I'll
much-
just move this guy to the side. Is that okay?
Nope.
Okay. Send back.
So 40 feet of movement. There's a thing that's looking at you.
One punch.
Someone should really tell him to wait for magic.
No need.
Right. Cade's going to punch. He's not charging, just moving up. His
Widget
attack,
is next if you want to get ready.
17. Okay, he's going to power attack.
Sure.
Okay.
You punch the tree, and it's sort of like on top of the tree, and as your fist's getting closer, it's actually pretty cold.
26.
You struck something that wasn't the tree. It's like for a moment your fist got caught in this strange cold blanket.
Okay.
There's a creature hissing. Are your fists magical?
Yes.
Cool.
Damage.
Yeah, you do damage.
Now, is this thing aberrant or not?
Nope.
No.
It is not. Okay.
And they don't take poison damage.
They don't take poison. Can they be stunned?
Nope.
They are far simpler to fight.
They are affected by your
Till
fire
it
fist, though.
stops moving.
They don't trip. They don't stun.
Are they
don't
affected
poison.
by fire?
Yes.
All right. 23 damage.
Okay, your 23 damage becomes 11. The thing is hissing at you.
Why is it 11? Question.
It's half damage.
Is that It's just that's a straight thing.
It's
have ghost
it,
touch.
you're punching through a thing that's only partially there.
Okay, so it's not a D. It's not a DR or a hardness, correct?
Right.
No.
No.
Okay.
It's reaching out towards you. Widget.
What the hell is he doing?
Widget's going to, well, it's going to take more than one day. He's going to cast a haste spell and start up the fucking word.
Okay, haste to everyone except for Cade.
Yep.
What level are you, Widget? 8?
Widget's 8.
On round 9, your haste will go down.
Haste is a transmutation spell. Give me a second. So it's a 7th level caster.
Okay.
It's a shadow haste. Spell that.
Okay.
Ring, dodge.
Anything else?
Spins up the whirligig.
Arlen, you're on Ug's back.
Yeah, I'm casting Mage Armor. Or actually, no, Death Ward.
On yourself, okay.
Yeah.
The shadows swarm Cade.
Yep.
They have no problem going through the tree.
So, here's where we find out how good the monk's touch AC is.
What's your touch AC, bruh?
My touch AC is
Bre.
30.
30.
No. No. I'm defensively doing this. 30.
You need to remove anything that's not force.
So, the ring?
Okay.
Is it
One of the shadows got up out of the corpse, like it was lying perfectly within the corpse. And
So
another one
my
did the
touch
same
AC
thing.
is 637. No, 30. That's one from.
So,
two from
touch it.
natural armor.
So, if you had mutagen, the mutagen touch AC stuff does not count.
No, it's just the dex. I have my mutagen's dex.
Okay, give me a perception check. The only one, the one that got up out of the corpse.
Yeah, if you've got a mutagen dex, though, doesn't it reduce your wisdom?
By one. Yeah, that's in there.
Okay.
Okay, I need a perception check. Sam and Cade are the ones that might be flat-footed, as you weren't expecting the shadows to come out of the corpses.
Okay. Sam's perception was really high. Also, he can't be flat-footed.
Okay, so you react to this, and then Cade.
Okay.
The DC of Cade. You need to hit AC or perception 30.
Okay.
Sam's gonna get the perception 30,
And then
but he's
you
not a canny
roll.
dodge.
Mhm.
So.
Yeah, I get that. I see it.
All right, so you're not considered flat-footed. You saw the things, and you were expecting bad things to happen. So your touch AC is 30.
You know, it's higher than that. The fighting defensively doesn't give you a dodge, right?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it does.
It does? Then my AC is higher than that. So 31 minus the ring. No, it's
Well, the ring is
ring
included.
at. So 31, fight defensively 34. My mutagen is
Just
another
your
one.
dex.
35.
Okay, using his magic hands that are on fire, he is sort of keeping them at bay and doing all sorts of katas, and he has, including the one that sat up out of the corpse and one that's attacking through a tree, he is not letting these things touch his skin or his body. There are sparks of shadow magic and fire as he's blocking them. You could feel the cold touch, and anytime you feel a cold touch, your monk reflexes and hardened training come into play. Edward's like, maybe we just let him handle this.
Seems to be doing well.
Edward?
Edward.
Fireball my area.
Does he have fireball?
Don't think so, but
Yeah,
I don't know, he might.
kids like
Fireball my area.
Nice. Edward does have the
done
ability to
before.
fireball. He has prepared Keen Edge, Vampiric Touch, and Displacement.
I'll get that. Don't worry.
He'll put up displacement, I think, and go on a defensive stance.
Okay, his sword out, his displacement one out there. Cool. Damien.
Damien is going to start a bard song and cast Good Hope. So that's... I don't know if I can reach... How far away are you, Cade?
Oh, and then the shadow attacking Sam also got to go. Your touch AC is probably pretty good. This thing charged, so +2.
I don't know.
AC 10.
No, not even.
It's kind of like along the side of the wall and reaching out at you, and every once in a while becoming 3-dimensional and then 2-dimensional. It's creepy, but. No. And then Damien's, is it singing? Is it joking? What is your?
It's a speech. Onward! Kill these undead abominations!
What do I gotta say? I'm inspired.
2 pallid beasts that clatter upon dozens of small legs, if not 100 of small legs. Writhing bristles twitch on their back, and the shadow seems to be strangely mobile and insectoid. They come scuttling out of the crypt.
And the fuck is that?
The shadow stuff that is bleeding from these strange insects that come out. They are excited at the noise, and they're going to continue their movement along this.
You can see inside, by the way. You can see right inside there.
Yep. Cade sees a
120 feet.
A spherical chamber. There are some dead soldiers inside, and some passages and a set of double doors, maybe with some inscriptions on it, but nothing you're going to read at this point. These 2 creatures look like they were feasting on the corpses, and they came scuttling out of the noise, and they seem to be really, really interested in the loud noises around the corner.
Okay.
Damien took a 5-step forward to kind of.
Okay, then it's the centipede monstrosities are coming forward. Ugh.
Ugg is Arlen's battle chariot, so do you want to be closer or no? Ugg is gonna pull out his pole arm and poke at the thing in front of Sam, I think.
Okay.
Yep.
Because grappling shadows he's not epic enough for that yet. Eventually he's going to grab the shadow and twist its head off, but for now we're going to have to just handle the poleaxe with a
You one Dexy motherfucker.
Wait a second. He is not going to rage because he wants to keep as much AC as he possibly can. He does not have.
Forgot.
His Bab is +8, so that's a -3, +9 on damage, so that's a 16. 16 with haste is 17. 21 with the Bard Song and the Good Hope, and 1d20 +18. Alright, so AC 28 against the shadow thing.
Yeah, hits. You catch something with your magical
AC
polearm.
22 against the shadow thing.
You're scraping it along the side of the wall, leaving shadow stuff behind, as well as sparks from the magic of the weapon.
19 against the shadow thing.
Shadow thing is just stuck at the end of your polearm, and you're bashing it around.
Roll it around. Just give it a good spin. Alright, so his strength is +6 base, so that's +9. The weapon is a +2, so 9, 10, 11. 11 plus Good Hope Bard Song, 15, 15, 24. 24 damage. So, 3... Oh, fuck. A poleaxe. What's the damage down a poleaxe? D10? D10. Alright. 3... Or do you want one? I'll do it all at once. 87 damage divided by 2.
Oh yeah, we've got a note here. Replace with +2 polearm, and we never picked what polearm it is. We'll just use the poleaxe stacks for now.
Yeah. I need a pokey one. Yeah.
87 damage becomes 42. I think you killed it after the second swing. Yeah, it's gone.
Wait, how did you do? Oh, did you crit?
No, it's an undead. He's hasted, and he's got a Bab of 8. So
Oh,
3
you hit
attacks.
the multiple.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like,
Yeah, he struck it a bunch of times and shook it off, and a bunch of tatters come off of it, and
something.
it is cut to weird shadow ribbons that sublimate and disappear. All right, that was Ugg, proving how Ugg do. Sam is next. these weird spiny insects that are bleeding shadow stuff.
Hey, Cade, you got that?
This one's climbing along the wall, and this one is climbed off of the wall onto the ground, and it looks like they're heading in this general direction.
Drop a fireball on me.
You have fun with that. Sam's gonna go and engage the centipede thing.
Oh,
Okay.
Sorry, I wanted a swift on my turn for Cade, just to activate 2 feats.
Your turn was
Uh,
8 pips ago, so no.
that happened.
Yeah, you're also next in initiative, so don't worry about it.
All right.
This thing has really long bristles.
There's really long bristles. Okay, well, I have a metal fist.
Nice.
We'll see how it goes. I might be poisoned here in a second. All right. So plus 13, 14 with haste, and 18 with the other spells. So 1d20 plus 18 minus 5 is plus 13. Oh, lovely. Does an 18 hit?
18 is a miss, so that is a critical threat. Or critical
fumble.
miss.
30.
Shared folder, campaigns, Dread and Circus.
He's giving you instructions.
Hit him from above. Hit him from above.
Yeah, you're trying to avoid the spines, and you manage to pull your fist back, and then your punches are half-hearted. 30 is a strength check or drop all items held. You don't have anything in your hand.
I don't have anything in my hands, but I will make my strength check. Ah, crap! I dropped the things. That
All right, if you had something, you kind of went, oh, it's getting kind of close, and the bristles kind of screeched up against your metal hand, and it didn't feel very good. Cade, now you can do your swift action and do all your things.
Swift action, crane style.
Okay.
Actually, swift. I need a swift to get into crane style, right?
Yeah, you have to already have the feats. So you move action to get the feats, and swift to activate the style.
No, I'll swift action to get the first feat, and then I'll just do my full round.
Okay. So you have the feat in your normal feat selection. Right?
No, free action. Or
At 10th
Or actually,
level,
no, sorry.
At 10th level, you can take 1 as a free action.
As a free action?
yeah, I take
Cool.
1 as a free swift to get into the stance.
That's cool.
Flurry. Okay. Let's attack. This 20. We're doing this.
It's free and swift to get 2 feats.
1.
No,
I'm only doing
free
1.
free to get the feat, swift to activate
No.
the stance.
Oh, that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
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 That's what he's doing. So alternately, you'd use a swift to get 2 feats, or a move to get 3 feats.
Okay. And you're starting to
Like,
punch
it's
these
move
things.
to get 3 feats thing. So.
Yep.
Or move to get 2 feats.
So 15 power attack.
Which one are you attacking?
The one I started off with, the one that's
Okay, there's
already-
one in a tree that is kind of tacking through the tree, and that one has cover.
Okay, I'm not gonna hit that one. The one I started off with, and then we'll move around in a circle.
Okay. The one that's
so
coming half out of the
14.
corpse is also got cover.
12. What's his AC?
17 is a miss.
I'm
Okay then.
Oh no, sorry, 17 is a hit. That is definitely a hit.
going
Okay.
to Blair Witch myself back down to the couch and try to ignore the statements that happen around 1 o'clock.
I know the deal. I know the drill. 18 and 17. Another 2 hits.
Yep,
8 plus 2. This is just a lot of bullshit here.
that's a miss.
Okay. 4 hits. I'll do them in 3d6 plus.
Do them individually.
Yeah. 17 becomes 8.
8, which is exactly what you needed to kill that shadow.
Okay, and then the second hit. 7 was 8.
8.
So the new one, whatever. And then 8.
Which is a 9. It's still there. It's hurt
Okay.
really bad as you're pulling shadow stuff off of it, and your fiery punches and kicks are...
So, how many did I do there? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is my fourth one. 11 damage on it.
3d6 is from what? 2d6 from punch, and then...
2 and 1 from fire.
Okay. Your punches are 2d6?
I assume- Yes, I increased because I have the monk robe. Robes of the monk.
Got it.
Monk robes. Fuck.
Okay, you destroy 2 shadows this round.
Yeah, and then I'm going to 5-foot step this way. Sorry, 5-foot step there.
Okay, you're on the edge of the rocky
Yep.
embankment.
Oh, wait, I'm over here. I wanted to get closer to those assholes. Fuck. No, it's fine. I'll just 5-foot step there.
Widget. Your whirly-gig is whirling.
Well then, isn't this just all fun? I'm
To
an
monk.
illusionist, and there's a bunch of bugs and undead. Aren't these 2 of my favorite things?
Mental score, not important.
These are your favorite things.
We're going to cast See Invisibility, and we're going to look into the ethereal.
Ooh.
Excuse me.
Okay, you can see the shadows really clearly. There are none. You take a quick glance around. There are none other hiding in any objects or anything like that. The corpses are empty, and so are the trees.
I don't see any other ones.
Good to know.
Arlen.
Let's fireball that son of a bitch. But he moved out of the corner, so I don't have to hit him.
So you're just gonna send a fireball.
Right about there. Well, to avoid Cade, so probably here somewhere.
I wonder if that god had a powder horn.
Oh wait, if I can get the other 2, we're getting Cade.
No, there is a spot you can see that gets all the enemies and none of your friends.
All right.
Well,
Fine,
we'll
you're
find
lucky
if that
this
god
time.
had a powder horn.
You're lucky this time. Okay, so it's 9d6 plus 9.
It's funny because Ahmed is taunting himself. You're lucky this time, Cade. Get your ass
All right.
42 damage.
Wow.
I add my
What's the DC?
number of dice. The DC for Arlen's Tang is not too
Are
high.
you a dragon-blooded sorcerer?
Solar. My fireball AC is his 3rd level. The DC for this thing is 18. It's not so high.
Okay, the first 2 that don't have cover make it. They take 21 when they make their save, so it becomes 10. So 10 and 10. And the one around the corner failed, so it takes 21, which destroys it.
Cool.
Then the 2 that have cover, they have bonuses to their saves. Oh, there should be just the first 2. Failed and made it. So the one in the tree is destroyed. And then the one that's half out of the corpse ducks back into the corpse and only takes 10. The corpse is all burned.
Bad timing.
I will roll a d20 for the powder horn. If I roll a 1, the powder horn explodes. Nope. Now these weird shadowy insect things, they kind of curl up into balls as they get hit by the fireball, left to right, fail and fail, and they burn for 42 damage apiece.
Ooh.
High-pitched screeching noises coming out of them as they kind of curl up into these hardened U-shaped balls and then begin to move again. They're pissed off. They are not bloodied by this. Shadows react. They are continuing to attack Cade.
Yep.
This one stands back up or sits back up out of the burning corpse, and the others are dancing around Cade, trying to get him, trying to get you. Nat 20 on one of them.
Okay.
Roll to confirm the crit. No crit. This does no damage, but 4 strength damage.
Yep.
I don't think.
The one that came out of the corpse went.
Can you still power attack?
I don't think he can.
No.
With that, no.
Edward.
Edward is gonna. He's got his displacement up.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna move in and fight defensively.
Okay. Attack the shadow that's hiding in the corpse.
Yeah. I have to switch to Edward though, so.
And then Damien is after Edward.
Yeah, I mixed them up. I thought Damien was first. Which is why I'm not ready. Here we go.
-4.
Plus 12. Alright.
I'm waiting to see
Power
how good
attack.
these centipede things chomp on my butthole.
So plus 6. Plus 10 with. Alright.
Chomp a chomp.
AC 23.
AC 23 hits one of the shadows with his scimitar.
Alright, he's got Arcane Strike, right?
Yep. He's also got his Mage's strike, although I think both are Swiss, so you have to choose which one.
He'll use his Mage's Strike, I think. And he'll use a Produce Flame.
You know what? I don't know if Edward's at the level you could do Ghost Touch. Is that even an option?
I believe it is a Magus option. Let's just.
It's
a
not.
mega-
No,
mega
it's not.
spell.
It's Dancing Flaming, Flaming Burst, Frost, Icy Burst, Keen Shock, Shocking Burst, Speed, and Vorpal. Of course, he's not up at the level. He can do a +2 though. He could jack his sword by +2.
I think we'll do the Produce Flame. They're not too hard to hit, but an extra D6 might be handy.
Okay, I think that's a full round action though. I think he wouldn't have been able to move.
Okay, then he'll use the
Mage's Pool to boost.
Mage's Pool.
Okay. Is he making his sword flaming and an additional +1 or a +2?
He'll make it flaming and take an additional +1.
Okay. So scimitar rips with a bunch of fire as he just runs his hand across it and says a magic word. He goes running up to the shadow, and by Cade's fists are fiery, so he copies the very brave dwarf.
5 dex plus 3 plus power attack is
Dwarf lost over
4
about a third of his strength hit points in
plus
that
4
exchange.
Bard Song
Ooh.
plus
It's time to retreat.
2 for. Oh no, he's not doing the arcane
And
strike.
there's only about 40 more shadows out there by your count. The shadow
Time to
horses will be fun.
Fireball.
So 26.
26 damage becomes 13. It already took some damage from the fireball, so he shreds this thing in half, and he's part of the team. Damien.
Damien's going to, all while fighting defensively, he's going to try and sneak around here using a tumble.
Okay. Give me a an acrobatics check
Oh,
versus a CMD of 26.
does Damien have sneak attack?
No, but he
Sam
knows.
has sneak attack.
He knows you're pretty opportunistic. So.
You do a combat roll over the disgusting corpse that the shadow is hiding in, and spring up behind this beast full of bristles.
I gotta double check what.
There's one on the wall. It hisses at you. It's still sort of steaming and bubbling from the fireball that went off.
There you go. Plus 19 plus 21.
Yep. They both snap out at you, and you manage to get into position. there anything else you're doing?
He's going to attack the thing.
Oh, right. Haste was up.
Yeah.
There's a blur as Damien goes running by. There's nobody here to cheer you on. Well, I guess your friends can, but...
They don't even like me that much.
You're attacking with this, with a rapier?
With a rapier, yeah. So plus 24 to hit. No, 25 actually. I don't think I can. 36.
You struck it. Its blood seems to be really, really hot. Like it's sizzling when it hits the ground. You don't feel warmth coming off it though. You think it got blood, acid for blood. 36 hits it.
All right. No precision damage, obviously.
No, there's precision damage.
Oh yeah, this isn't a shad. All right, so that plus 4, 27 plus 36.
And it has weird anatomy.
So 38 damage.
Okay. 80 damage. It is now bloodied. Hissing at a high pitch. Oh, hold on a second. Yep. The bristles come close to your hand, however, when you plunge your sword into it. You need to make a reflex save to avoid coming into contact with the bristles.
Okay.
The creature has like armored plates with
34.
spines on them, and they kind of like instinctually like reflex out. No, you're able to keep your hand away. A couple of the bristles touched like the basket hilt on your rapier, and that's about it. However, the monster centipedes, the one on the wall is going to attack Damien, and the one that's fighting Sam, I think it's going to react to the 42 damage it just got, or whatever, the 38 damage. So I think both of them are going to attack Damien. They are not smart enough, however, to set up a flank.
Thank God. I do not like this.
The one on the wall, though, has height, so I will give it +1 from above.
Hey, by me, you bugs.
AC 27.
Misses.
An AC nat 20 from the one that turned around. It just sort of turned its head around.
Welcome to the club.
Damien, oh my God! They pinch your skin when it hits, and it's starting to squirt acid into the wound directly. Like there's this like garden hose of acid.
I am going to use.
I'm gonna roll to confirm the crit.
Windy Escape.
Okay, so as an immediate action,
I turn to Mist and get DR 10 magic,
okay,
and it negates the crit.
okay. It still does damage though, right?
If it's magical and does more than 10.
What about?
Oh, sorry. If it's magical or does more than 10.
Okay, so it does 2d6 plus 4 plus 66 acid.
I think that second part is not affected by
Missed.
So the actual bite didn't do anything,
No, it just went.
which means the additional effect probably doesn't.
Oh, man, lucky man.
Is it like a poison-like effect, or is it
No, it's actually like an
on-hit effect?
It is like a burning sword, so it would do. The acid still squirts all over you for 27. Are you incorporeal at this point, or is it just gives you DR?
It just gives you DR.
It's like the fog cloud or gaseous form. That
Okay. The supernatural acid from its bite still affects you, but the actual bite itself doesn't. And there was no, I don't think 28 confirmed the crit.
No.
Okay. All right. So
But the crit's ignored anyway.
yeah, 27 acid damage.
All right. Oh!
And the other one's trying to bite you, and you can see a little.
supposed to try to bite me.
Right.
Here, buggy.
You gotta hit it for 38 damage or whatever to get its attention.
I have to not roll a 1?
Ugh.
Buggy.
Go in there, Og. It's fine.
Okay.
Arlen releases his trap and flies away.
Ugg wants to... I can't go south because of the blackness. But he's gonna go hit the shadows. So,
Oh, you want me to
yeah,
unfog?
I need some... Yeah. I want to go down. I want to go down and threaten the shadows. There. Okay, and he's gonna whap shadow 10.
Okay. This one has the cover of the corpse. AC 19.
AC 26.
Yeah, you hack through the shadow and into the corpse.
1d10 plus...
Torrent of flies. Actually, the flies are all dead because of the fireball.
Yes, the flies are all gone. All gone to bye-byes. So 9, 10, 11... 9 plus 2 for the weapon, plus 9 for the power attack, plus 4 for the other magic going on. 34 damage.
Holy crap, becomes 17, and the shadow is no more. As you blast it from this world. That was a move and an attack. Sam. This bug is really injured.
Sam is going to punch that bug, and then go punch the other bug.
Okay.
But we're gonna punch that bug, and then it's gonna be dead, and then we're not gonna roll a 1, and it'll be awesome again. Don't worry, I got this.
You do have a flank.
Plus 12 plus 2 for flank, 1 for haste. Okay. Plus 4 for those. Plus 2. And I will not. AC 33.
You strike it,
Alright.
crunching into the side of its eyeball. It's making high-pitched noises.
2d8 plus 4 plus... Now, is it sneak attackable?
Yes, it is.
Oh, look at that.
It is bug-like, but it is not a bug.
Not the bugoo. And bugs should be sneak attackable, just as you stab it into eye hole or something. Big goo thing. Right, so the 46 sneak attack. I don't have any... Look at my... Alright, I will, so plus 4 plus 6 plus 46, so 38 damage.
38 damage brings it to minus 18. It is unconscious. Give me a reflex save as you're trying to avoid the bristles.
I roll a 1 because that is the life of Sam.
All right, you get a bristle kind of like right where your metal hand attaches to your to your flesh, and you take a whopping 1d4 points of physical damage. However, 2, and then there's poison on the bristle. Give me a fort save.
I'm going to start calling him Samagar. I mean, this is...
Bells.
Who's my favorite Samagar?
Fort save versus the poison.
Yeah,
As your arm goes numb.
18.
The DC is 20. You are now paralyzed.
Oh!
I have a +2 versus paralysis.
You are not paralyzed. Your whole body though goes like numb and tingly and as you have this little tiny spine sticking out of your side.
All right, Samagar, get it there.
These things need to be in the arena.
My footstep, they're like carrion crawlers, I think.
They're shitty crawlers.
I don't
Those
know.
are horrible.
We're gonna use my haste attack on the next one.
Okay, you step over the thing, and you just your training kicks
Don't
in.
get pricked and make you numb. Little pricks.
Things hissing, still sizzling from the fireball.
+2 +1 +4 +3 and then +2. There's no flank. AC 25.
Also hits,
All right.
crunching it in the mandible with a meaty punch.
That's actually a 21 damage.
63. It is now bloodied.
Okay, I'll make a reflex save. Like 25.
Okay, so you avoid the bristles.
And then my third attack.
Oh,
I have haste. There's haste going.
yep.
-2 -3 -5. AC 12.
AC 12 misses. It scrambles away from your
Now,
fist.
give me a second. I have a power that I think can give an aid to a buddy of mine. Oh, we're not flanking it. Shit. I'm not flanking it. So never mind.
Cade, there is one shadow left on the field. Widget standing all alone back there with his whirligig.
Just fuck it up all royal like. I cannot power attack, you say?
Well, if your strength drop below 13, you no longer
Yep.
meet the prereqs for that feat.
It's an immediate action. I gotta remember that.
Okay. So let's just attack. 20 plus 17
Yeah, this one's flying out in the open.
plus 15.
It's trying to clumsily avoid your fiery fists.
Hit.
You clock it twice. Boom!
I
Boom!
do not do a lot of damage.
Sparks flying everywhere as you strike the thing.
6 plus 2. That's for 2 hits.
Okay, well, 27 becomes 13, and it's already taken damage from the fireball, so on the second hit, you destroy it.
Yep.
It's just this one centipede monstrosity that is bleeding shadowy stuff that has got also acid for blood. Widget.
And paralysis poison coming out of its biddies.
Right. It is not a thing that you should be.
Widget's gonna go hide behind the great and mighty Samagar.
Okay.
And whack the
Swing his...
swing the whirligig.
All right.
Because
The thing's looking back and forth between Sam and Damien, and then the whirligig comes and looks up at it. And...
Alright, so the
I want one of those things.
pole with a spinning disc with blades on it. Yeah.
spinning disc of doom. Alright, so plus 13.
Arlen after this.
That's the whirligig. Okay, yeah, that number looks correct. 14, 15, 19. Right. AC 35.
Yeah, you strike it.
2 plus 2 plus 4 plus 9. 27 damage. I have a reach weapon.
87. Yeah, reach weapon. You don't need to make a reflex save. Your whirligig keeps you far enough away from the reactive bristles.
Ingenuity.
Arlen, what are you doing? The thing is still alive, although it's beat up, cut up, burned. Some of its legs, it looks like it's falling
Is
off.
it going to go next, or is it who's next on our list?
Arlen.
Let's see.
Arlen.
No, I mean after Arlen's Edward, Damien. Okay, yeah, let's hit it with some magic missiles and this shit.
Okay, the magic missiles do strike true, and
22.
the 22 damage does drop the thing. Damien has to scurry out of the way as it falls off the side of the wall. It is still breathing when it strikes the ground.
Pretty certain there's a big whirly gig of doom that's going to make the quote-unquote breathing of the insects stop.
Shadows. There are no more shadows on the field. Edward, he just looking around with his sword. Is there anything else? Damien?
I don't see anything in there.
He's punching his balls, is what I'm getting from Mark's miming.
No, he's just yelling, "Fucker, fucker, you fucking baby, you fucker!"
But he's not touching it because the spines are still glistening with poison. Ugg
Ugg is gonna whack. It's gonna.
will walk over and end it, basically.
And one.
Yeah, we're out of combat, so. And then the last one, there's still one bleeding at Sam's feet.
Sam's gonna just step off of it and.
Yeah, I guess Cade, then Widget.
Widget will take a step back and whack it.
Yeah.
Cade will go up and kill it.
You're gonna go and punch it? Okay, well you get to go first, so don't roll a 1.
This is how
9.
I've seen a player lose a character to actions like this.
Okay, give me a reflex save versus the
I wanna
bristles.
collect the basilisks.
I'm immune to all poisons. Monk.
Give me a reflex save.
Damn
You
it.
still take damage.
Oh yeah, sorry. 17. It's
No worries. So yeah, you go up. He goes up and punches it, just really quickly. You could have safely done away with it. You're not too sure why. Cade insisted jumping in there.
You got little pricklies there, you know. You wanna. Do you kind of a black mark on you?
All is quiet for a
I
moment.
don't think so. Actually, yes, I do have a black mark on me.
Go take a quick peek in the. What do we got? What do we got going on?
There are black stone walls in this cylindrical chamber. The ceiling rises about 30 feet above. There are passageways that lead both to the east and to the west. There is a
restoration before another encounter happens.
10-foot radius circle of runes on the floor at the center of the room. The etchings have been badly damaged by cracks and gouges. There is a set of doors that look like they might have been opened recently. You can see like fan marks in the ground where dust and dirt has been disturbed. There are 3 corpses in the room, still armed with guns. It looks like there is a Imperial musketeer and a couple of foot soldiers. The foot soldiers look like they have pole arms. The poor sods didn't even have guns. And the Imperial musketeer has a musket still in his hands.
To be fair, if I'm going in like an underground cavern thing, I don't want muskets going off around. The echo alone would just be.
There are runes etched on the front entrance of the tomb itself, and it does say in Imperial Common, here lies the disgraced Duke Haramil. And then there's some warning sigil that basically warns against grave robbing and marks this place as dangerous.
Hey, Alan.
Kind of like off, like a big sigil that sort of means off limits, and there are some like smaller sigils in it that basically give the reasons why, and it says Imperial decree, you'll be like no grave robbing, and
There's the 5 reasons why we're not supposed to be here, but we got one big piece of paper that says we can.
We're not grave robbing. We're
Grave liberating.
exploring. It's called archaeology.
We had to do a job.
You might want to get Alan to look at that. Kind of looks like it's going to fall off.
Who are you talking to?
Damien's got like 27 points of damage.
Yeah, well, we didn't get a chance to do it. Yeah, it's like.
I'm assuming you're casting your 3-round spell on Cade. like
Yeah,
you
I
said.
cast it on Cade, cure, less restoration.
okay, what do you do? What are the rest of you doing in
don't-
those 3 rounds?
Don't charge in there. No good to us dead.
Taking a look inside the.
Yeah, Edward's moved up. Ugg can't move because you're casting on Cade.
Damien's gonna move up and look.
You'll get a cure serious wounds from Arlen.
Sam's gonna.
Damien will recast dancing lights and move them in.
Okay. Sam, you see that there's another soldier. It is an officer.
24
Are there any
healing.
shadows in these soldiers?
Who's asking?
Widget.
Widget? Nope, you don't see any.
You've only got
There's a
6
bunch of
points.
rubble off to the side. This is not a door. It looks like a different color but smooth block of stone.
Widget's gonna pick up a pebble and chuck it at it.
Okay. Pebble hits the block of stone and.
Perfect.
Are there stairs going up?
Yeah, there are stairs, and you notice that you can see the lip of a stair, but then there's this stone wall that seems to rise up from the stairs perfectly in the alcove.
Spellcraft.
Sure.
Is it a wall of stone? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the question. But I would like to somehow ask the question without being like, as meta.
When it's the player asking the question, you can be as meta as you like, though.
26.
It looks like a spell conjured this stone and not human hands crafting it. The doors, the doors are metal. The doors are stone with metal workings, and there's a bunch of rubble over here. And it looks like a stone pillar, but somebody has chiseled at the stone pillar, and parts of the layer of stone that are the light gray have come off, and there's something darker. There's some sort of darker stone behind the pillar. Sam moves up, and you can see a ton of webs in this alcove. There are a lot of webs, and Sam's seeing like dozens, if not hundreds, of little tiny dead spider bodies.
Arlen,
Yes.
that's not good. Do you know if you couldn't possibly turn spiders into shadows, could you?
Rocky debris, loose soil, much from the chamber, from parts of the roof that have come tumbling down.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, if
Can you
there was
turn
just a couple of...
spiders into shadows.
Yeah, thousands of dead spiders.
That's a problem. I don't see why not. It's a living thing, the shadows wouldn't care.
So over there, that's a magic cork.
It's likely. My guess would be Duncan threw that up when they were making their escape from the tomb.
Does the conjured stone look like it's newer than the rest?
Yeah, it looks fresh and new. There are no cracks. Whereas the rest of
conjured stone?
No. This is the conjured stone.
Okay.
This
The question
is a cracked pillar of stone where some of the parts of the light gray have fallen off with age and are revealing something of a darker stone in behind.
The question is, why would he throw it up? It's no use against shadows.
Well, I'm assuming. Well, ethereal creatures. I don't think they can just go through forever. Might be thick enough, but really, it's the cork for like it's down there. Whatever it's down that hole.
I agree. That being said, there could be treasure over here too.
Arlen,
It's the first time you guys have, or first time in a long time you guys have adventured. Damien's all excited. Okay, Damien.
Careful.
You can
Careful, we
see
don't know
that
if
there
those things are-
are more webs from your dancing lights that are bobbing around you. This dark wall to the north has a mural of an ancient-looking warrior that might very well be the Duke Haramil.
Knowledge, nobility, or history?
Ancient warrior standing with a shield and a lance. Yeah, give me knowledge history.
I will take 20.
So what's the
Any
total?
bonuses? Because I'm actually in the guy's tomb. I
Yep.
don't know.
So
Yeah,
is,
yeah,
is,
a
does
plus
this
2.
extend,
what
or
is
is
it?
that just a mural here?
So
It's just a mural. I'll write down mural.
Okay. I thought it was a hallway. Cool.
Need to go to my notes.
That was a weird sound. That would be the weird sound. The fuck?
There's no lights down here, right?
Nope.
Okay.
This is a depiction of Haramil riding one of his many horses into battle. You know, what was the total?
22.
That he loved going into battle with a particular lance, because if he was of the opinion that if you didn't get hurt in the battle, you weren't trying hard enough. You're pretty sure it's called a vicious weapon.
The triple damage on a lance. Bonus damage, I don't think it multiplies, but...
It's at this point where you can hear like what sound like pebbles falling from the ceiling.
I just stab up. I don't even.
It's coming from around the corner, and two massive waves of tiny spiders that form a gargantuan spider falling off and kind of coming back on. These creatures look like they're made out of thousands and thousands of tiny spiders are moving forward.
Arland!
Yeah,
Fireball!
I think there's another initiative coming up here.
So, about that local sports team, that's a thing. I just see a little bit of the tokens. Oh, I see all the tokens now. Yep, that's
Okay.
nightmare fuel. Okay.
That's nightmare fuel.
Oh.
There we go. Let's get a zoom in on that. How's your arm feeling, Damien?
You only have 3 damage left, Damien.
Yeah.
The animated husks of enormous spiders that are filled with thousands of what look like living spiders that fall from the body like drops of blood and quickly run up the legs to rejoin the mass. There's webs coming out of the creature, and there are 2 of them, and they're moving forward, seemingly reacting to the light that Damien was. The light and the crunch of some of the rubble underneath Damien's boot. The death spiders are coming for you.
Them initiative rolls. Don't worry, I'm not in front. Ha ha ha.
1 drops down from the ceiling right on Sam.
Damien.
The monstrosities are pretty quick with a +8 to their initiative. 15.
Ooh, shit.
Well, when you're against that low, there's only so many feats that are like appropriate to your
Yeah.
capabilities.
All right, did somebody roll for Edward Nug?
I got an 8.
Edward.
Sam?
Edward is. Oh, fuck. Edward's
Sam
a
got a
1.
3.
Okay.
Widget got a 5.
Edward?
Wow.
1.
We are on the ball with Damien's
Today-
score.
Today you're very fucking.
All right, the creatures go first.
Well, gets to eat the poo-poo.
What the fuck?
Oh, they move at 30 and they've got climb of 20. Okay, so this first one.
I like how Cade is the same color of the enemy. And that Damien is the color of demons in the initiative.
Happens.
So that's a single move each.
Oh, that's the color of the circus. Never mind then.
The one to the south is trying to bite at Damien. Nat 20.
That hits a flat-footed Damien.
Yep.
Holy shit.
AC 25 to confirm.
Flat-footed. You might want to use
Yeah,
your fart
flat-footed
spell.
hits.
You-
Can I if I'm flat-footed?
I don't think you get immediate actions at flat-footed, do you?
I don't
Can
know.
you-
I don't think
Can you
so.
feather fall from? I don't know. Let's just quickly take a look at flat-footed.
Or immediate action.
Well, look at you. Look at one. I'll get the other. This is kind of important
Mm-hmm.
because I kind of want Damien to not be dead because I need him. And that's like multiple characters. A whole bunch of characters. Damien's been really good at being a prick and being useful.
The lawyer.
Terrible combination. Or perfect combination.
You have to work within the legal system.
Okay.
You cannot use an immediate action if you are flat-footed.
Alright, well, that's that.
And that's from the editor's note. Reference from immediate action rules. Yeah,
Eight.
the normal book doesn't.
8 on the initiative, or sorry, the critical hit chart is reduced critical. Boo. But a d6 to a random ability score. Yay.
Shit.
The ability score is Dex.
No!
It's better than strength at this point.
6 Dex damage.
I take it back.
As the thing bites, and then waves of spiders come out of the bite and start biting all up and down. The husk looks like it's dead. It's somehow still alive and moving. It is a thing of nightmare. And the critical damage just does normal damage, so 2d plus 12, 18 damage to your arm. And a fort save versus poison.
Just a sec. I'm gonna use my Charmed Existence. Oh, is 18 damage? Yes. 6 dex. Alright. Ah! Ah! The spiders! The spiders!
That's just your imagination. It's fine.
Okay.
We can leave now. You'll be fine.
21.
Okay, you're not poisoned. Now the other one kind of whips around this way, and it has a reach of 10, so it's going to try to grab Damien and chuck him to like further deeper into the chamber. He's using a power called Awesome Blow
I had a girlfriend.
to send someone knocked flying 10 feet in any direction that the attacker's creature's choice and fall prone. So it's trying to drag you into this bullshit.
It's a movie swing.
Yep. The CMB is plus 17. That's 32.
Ooh, that's with
That's
my
close.
Close.
no with my
flat-footed.
dex with my lost dex that's a hit.
Flat-footed, unless you've got
Yeah.
something to give you uncanny dodge.
Okay. So it's going to fling you 10 feet in this direction.
I'll get him.
Damon kind of skids along the ground. Doesn't take any damage, like a skinned knee compared to what he's got, but it just sort of grabbed him
Awesome blow
and
does
tossed him.
damage, too.
I think so. Yeah, it's just an
I think it's like getting hit.
If the creature succeeds, the corporeal opponent sends it flying. The attacking creature can only push the opponent in a straight line. Can't be.
Well, I think you got to hit first, and then you do the awesome blow. I might be wrong. I've never actually used it.
It's a combat maneuver.
CMD.
There was 3.5 awesome blow. I know it.
Yeah,
awesome.
I'm probably thinking of that. Yeah.
A creature can only push its opponent, and it can't move closer to the attacking creature than the square it started in. So you started here, so it can only awesome blow you into the wall, which means that you take 1d6 points of damage and fall prone.
Slam damage plus strength.
Does it say slam?
In like the feet, it does. Like the awesome blow monster feet.
So is it a feat or a creature ability? Like I don't know.
I don't know if it might have a unique one.
It's it's a monster feat. Oh, slam plus strength. You are right. I missed the stuff in brackets. So it is a large creature. So
It's an
slam
ogre's
is
build.
d6 plus 8.
Oh, this monster is bullshit.
So 18 damage, 13 from it hitting you, and then 5 damage from you hitting the side of the wall and then falling prone. You just basically got tossed. He's on all fours next to the creature, kind of staring at the body that's partially eaten by the little spiders. The awesome blow does not do. Let me check. Maybe it does. Anything that it hits, all the little spiders come out of it.
Would you stop spawning little spiders? This is like a Resident Evil monster.
Oh yeah, there's a fort save versus the poison. It touched you.
I'm using my charmed existence again.
Are
Okay.
you feeling charmed at this particular second?
Not particularly.
As all these tiny little spiders biting you, and it's not really one individual spider; it's just the mass.
Yeah, it's the massive 34.
Yeah, boy.
Okay, cool. All right, those are the death webs. Cade.
Fuck. Well, nah. Let's start punching this. Actually, can I just grab him and drag him out?
You could
Instead
pick
of-
him up and
Just drag from
Is
where
it
I am
the-
here.
Do you reach him? Do you have lunge?
No, but as a free action, it can take lunge.
yeah, you could lunge and then grab him and pull him
You
out.
can
Yeah.
use the drag combat maneuver on him.
There would be 2 AOOs against Damien as he's being dragged out.
Why would I get dragged out?
If he uses the drag combat maneuver.
Oh, yeah,
But-
don't do that.
Well, if he uses the drag combat maneuver, it's involuntary movement. Then you'd have to roll against your
CMD. Yeah.
MD, which is your prone, dex drained, flat-footed, fucked up.
Okay, what are you doing, Cade?
Does Damien look like he wants to get out of there, or is he good in there?
David's having a bad time.
Damien's having a bad time. Okay,
Damien
we'll-
will be fine. Do something else. Grab the spider. How about that? Grab the spider, pull him out.
Okay, you crunch
All
over the desiccated body at this point.
I will 5-foot step
Yep.
and start beating the spider. Now, can this thing be tripped, or is this an aberration?
No,
It's not an aberration.
All right, can this thing be tripped, or
You can try. It looks like a
Yes.
big ass spider.
it gets a bonus for the number of legs it's got. And it's a pretty good bonus.
Oh, balls. All right, let's just hit the thing. Fuck it. I cannot power attack. I will choose it as my. I'm getting like AC against this steel fist, so plus 16.
You can't power attack still?
He didn't get enough strength back.
Getting enough strength.
He was a 14 strength monk who.
Is
Yeah.
this the CR of this thing? I assume is less than 17. I hope it is.
Yeah.
Okay,
The
so against.
CR?
yeah.
I hope it's less than 17 too.
So I have a bonus to AC against this one that I'm fighting.
Okay.
And then we're gonna start pummeling. Hopefully we can do something here. Maybe not. I don't know what its AC is.
AC 19 hit the shell of the creature.
22.
Hit it as well.
Is hitting
Am
it
I?
good or
I
bad?
don't know. I don't know if am I hitting it like hitting.
Yeah,
it
you're breaking apart the big ass desiccated
Okay.
shell that
Okay.
is housing thousands, if not tens of thousands, of little spiders.
Does 23? Okay, so not a critical hit, miss.
Okay. Some spiders got on you. You took a moment to swipe them off your
Third hit.
hand.
Plus, what's my last one? 5. Oops. 24. Okay, so 4 hits. Do they take fire?
Yep.
4 hits. 3, so 12d6 plus. Fortunately, not a lot. Hey, 50 damage though.
50 damage. The creature's beat up. There are lots of spiders burning off of it as you're bringing fire to bear, and a significant portion of chunks have fallen off the big desiccated spider, and it is bloodied exactly.
Okay.
Bloodied on the last hit.
We'll keep doing this.
After Cade, it's Damien.
Damien spends a key point to kip up.
Nice. Key comes from where?
Not key point, panache.
Okay.
He is going to...
The cold, lifeless eyes of the spidery husk is not impressed.
Yeah, he's going to Bard Song
That's impressive.
and attack.
Okay.
Defensively. Because this is a bad day for Damien. Alright.
Oh, wait. Cade ended his turn next to the spider webs. A bunch of spiders got on you. You took 1d6 damage from being next to it, and you need
Automatically. Oh, so this is a swarm.
and you need to take. It's kind of like acting like a localized swarm. Like stuff is coming off of it and attacking you, and you need to make a Fortitude save. This is against poison. You said you're immune to all poison, so don't worry about it. You take 4 damage.
So this will be minus
Which is...
These things are sucky.
Imagine one of these really large with templates thrown on top. Just layer of
Because
templates.
everybody knows though that when
Are
you
they
end up with
subject?
one CR templates.
Subject to critical? No.
Alright. AC 32
You're pretty
hits,
sure that the shell is not even alive. Like it looks all kind of rotten and dried out. You don't know why it's moving though.
Alright, so just regular damage.
Just regular damage. Yeah, your rapier does punch through and make some
And
holes.
no precision damage then either.
Correct.
Alright, so 24 damage.
Wow. That hurts it, and then you end your turn with little spiders in your hair, and some of them got into your armor, and they're biting away for 5 damage. 5 damage and a fort save.
Oh god.
These little spider bites sting.
27.
Okay, you don't take any strength damage.
More strength damage creatures.
Really?
Yeah,
This
somebody.
is a strength hit point dungeon.
Ugh.
Move so I can see them and, well, fireball again.
Okay. Bug's gonna move so that you can see them and whack that thing with a pole arm. I think it might have cover.
Duck.
Alright. Aha. I'm Oak, destroyer of worlds. Maybe that's a little much for now. Just a
Destroyer of Magnuses.
That's awesome. Alright, so 1d20 plus 20 minus 3. The just accidental destroyer of Cades, potentially.
Auto critical, buddy beside you. No, you would have hit. With its cover, AC 23.
Yep.
So you would have hit. Okay.
Got him.
Arlen.
Those fireball.
Okay. You are casting a spell while Ugg is being combative, so there is a concentration check. I think these are pretty easy to do, but it is a...
Yeah, it's a check. So my concentration check is...
He's not quite a galloping horse.
14, and this is a...
Vigorous motion is DC 13. If your concentration check is bigger than that.
Higher. It is, yeah. It's not roll a 1?
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter? Okay, it's a plus 15 I have, so...
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, vigorous motion, it might go all the way up to violent motion, but yeah, him moving a little bit and swinging his poleaxe is...
The grapple is probably the violent motion.
Yeah. It's like, oh god, thumbs everywhere. They don't go there.
Oh, crap, sorry. 96 plus 9. Sorry.
Oh, is there a fireball that rips off?
Yeah, fireball.
Where are you putting the fireball?
Holy, look at fucking shitty roll.
Point to the center.
And not hitting my friends. Somewhere over here somewhere.
Yeah, you burn up them spiders, eh?
Okay, you catch Damien in the fireball.
Oh, shit.
However, Damien has cover from the pillar, so you gain a +2 to your reflex save.
So,
Yeah,
sorry. Sorry, I'm usually zoomed out a little bit more.
Well, the thing is, where you pointed it,
It was a rock.
it would hit a wall, so it would go off there.
Okay. All the little spiders, however, that were dropping off of it and kind of eating you, they get burned up.
Does that mean its power to just do poison damage to you automatically goes away? That'd be awesome. Maybe.
Might want to reflex save that